Welcome to Let's Run It Back, the channel where we dive deep into the best of nostalgic media and culture. Today we're journeying back to the 90s and early 2000s to talk about a legendary part of Nickelodeon's history, the iconic SNICK lineup. We'll explore its creation, why and how it was made, its prime, and its impact on television. We'll also dive into all the TV shows that graced the SNICK block and examine how it evolved over the years until its eventual downfall. So if you're ready for a trip down memory lane, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's run it back. The creation and legacy of SNICK, short for Saturday Night Nickelodeon, was a primetime programming block that debuted on Nickelodeon on August 15, 1992. It was created as a way to capture a slightly older audience, preteens and teenagers, who were outgrowing the traditional Saturday morning cartoons, but still needed something fun to watch on weekend nights. The idea was to create a space where kids could gather and feel like they had their own version of appointment television to look forward to every Saturday night. The block was unique for its time, tapping into the cultural zeitgeist of the early 90s, where kids were becoming more autonomous in their entertainment choices. Nickelodeon wanted to offer something different from the typical sitcoms and dramas that dominated evening TV. With SNICK, they created a mix of comedy, mystery, and surrealism, offering something for every young viewer. The lineup was presented with a vibe that was both cool and inclusive, making every kid feel like they were part of a bigger community. The prime of SNICK. At its peak, SNICK was a cultural phenomenon. It became the cornerstone of Nickelodeon's Saturday night programming, drawing millions of viewers each week. The block's prime years, roughly from 1992 to the early 2000s, saw a rotating lineup of some of the most beloved TV shows in Nickelodeon history. The programming was carefully curated to keep kids glued to their TVs, with a mix of live-action shows, cartoons, and variety shows that ensured there was something for everyone. Plot overviews of SNICK shows. Clarissa Explains It All, 1991 to 1994. This show revolved around the life of Clarissa Darling, a smart, quirky teenager who broke the fourth wall to speak directly to the audience about her everyday challenges. Whether it was dealing with her annoying brother Ferguson, navigating friendships, or tackling school problems, Clarissa had a creative and humorous approach to everything. The show was revolutionary for its time, giving young girls a strong, relatable protagonist. Roundhouse, 1992 to 1996, a sketch comedy series that blended live music, dance, and humor. Each episode had a central theme, often exploring issues like family, peer pressure, and self-esteem. The show was known for its high-energy performances and its ability to connect with audiences on an emotional level. The Ren Stimpy Show, 1991 to 1995. This animated series was a major departure from the typical kid-friendly fare on Nickelodeon. It followed the bizarre adventures of Ren, a neurotic chihuahua, and Stimpy, a dim-witted but good-natured cat. The show was known for its dark humor, surreal animation, and boundary-pushing content that attracted both children and adults. Are You Afraid of the Dark? 1990 to 1996, 1999 to 2000. A horror anthology series where each episode featured a different spooky tale, often involving ghosts, monsters, and other supernatural phenomena. The stories were told by a group of teenagers known as the Midnight Society, who gathered around a campfire to share their scary stories. The show's eerie atmosphere and imaginative storytelling made it a SNICK staple. The Secret World of Alex Mack, 1994 to 1998. The series followed Alex Mack, a teenage girl who gains extraordinary powers after being accidentally drenched in a top-secret chemical. Alex can move objects with her mind, generate electricity, and even transform into a puddle of liquid. The show explored how Alex navigated her new powers while trying to keep them a secret from everyone around her. The Adventures of Pete and Pete, 1993 to 1996. A surreal comedy about two brothers, both named Pete, who live in the fictional town of Wellsville. The show was known for its quirky characters, offbeat humor, and unique visual style. It often tackled themes of childhood and adolescence in a way that was both funny and deeply reflective. The Mystery Files of Shelby Woo, 1996 to 1998. This series centered around Shelby Woo, a teenage sleuth who worked as an intern at a police station. Each episode featured Shelby solving a new mystery, often with the help of her friends. The show was praised for its smart writing and for featuring a strong, resourceful female lead. Kablam, 1996 to 2000. A variety show that featured a mix of different animated shorts, including Action League Now, Prometheus and Bob, and Life with Loopy. Kablam was known for its eclectic animation styles and off-the-wall humor, making it a favorite among kids who enjoyed more unconventional content. All That, 1994 to 2005. A sketch comedy show often described as SNL for kids. All That featured a rotating cast of young comedians performing various sketches, musical numbers, and parody commercials. The show launched the careers of several future stars, including Kenan Thompson and Amanda Bynes, and became a cornerstone of Nickelodeon's programming. Kenan Kel, 1996 to 2000. A spin-off from All That, this show followed the comedic adventures of Kenan Rockmore and his best friend Kel Kimball. Kenan was always coming up with schemes to get rich or out of trouble, while Kel, with his love for orange soda, often found himself caught in the middle of Kenan's plans. The show's humor and the chemistry between its leads made it an instant hit. Cousin Skeeter, 1998 to 2001. This live-action / puppet hybrid show was about Bobby, a young boy whose life is turned upside down when his cousin Skeeter, a puppet with a larger-than-life personality, comes to live with him. The show dealt with typical teenage issues, but with Skeeter's wild antics adding a unique twist to each situation. Rugrats, 1991 to 2004. Although Rugrats originally aired as a regular weekday show, its popularity led to it being featured on SNICK as well. The series followed the imaginative adventures of a group of toddlers, primarily seen through the eyes of Tommy Pickles. Rugrats was beloved for its clever storytelling, where mundane activities were turned into epic adventures. The Amanda Show, 1999 to 2002. A sketch comedy show starring Amanda Bynes, who had previously gained fame on All That. The Amanda Show featured a mix of recurring characters and sketches, including Judge Trudy and The Girls' Room. The show was known for its zany humor and Bynes' energetic performances. The Journey of Alan Strange, 1997 to 2000. This sci-fi series followed Alan Strange, an alien who crash lands on Earth and takes the form of a human teenager. With the help of his new friends, Alan tries to blend in while searching for a way back to his home planet. The show explored themes of identity, belonging, and the challenges of being different. Animorphs, 1998 to 2000. Based on the popular book series, Animorphs told the story of a group of teenagers who gained the ability to morph into animals. They used their powers to fight a secret alien invasion. The show combined action, drama, and sci-fi elements, though it struggled to fully capture the depth of the original books. 100 Deeds for Eddie McDowd, 1999 to 2002. This unique show followed Eddie, a bully who was transformed into a dog by a mystical man. To become human again, Eddie must perform 100 good deeds. The series chronicled his journey to redemption, often blending humor and heartwarming moments. Noah Knows Best, 2000. A short-lived series about a teenage boy named Noah who shared his perspective on life through monologues. The show was a typical coming-of-age comedy but failed to stand out among Nickelodeon's other offerings. Caitlin's Way, 2000 to 2002. This drama centered around Caitlin Seeger, a troubled teen from Philadelphia who is sent to live with relatives in a small Montana town. The show dealt with Caitlin's struggles to adjust to her new life and find her place in a completely different environment. It was one of the few Nickelodeon shows that took a more serious tone, exploring themes of family and self-discovery. SpongeBob SquarePants 1999 to present. Though it debuted in 1999, SpongeBob quickly became one of Nickelodeon's biggest hits and was included in the SNICK lineup. The show follows the underwater adventures of SpongeBob, a fry cook at the Krusty Krab, and his friends in Bikini Bottom. Its mix of slapstick humor, memorable characters, and clever writing made it a cultural phenomenon. The Brothers Garcia, 2000 to 2004. A sitcom that followed the Garcia family, focusing on the everyday adventures of the three brothers and their sister. The show was notable for its authentic portrayal of a Latino family, offering a refreshing perspective in a time when diverse representation was limited on television. Taina, 2001 to 2002. Taina followed the life of Taina Morales, a teenage girl aspiring to become a singer and actress. Set in New York City, the show captured Taina's journey as she navigated high school, friendships, and her dreams of stardom. With its catchy musical numbers and relatable storylines, Taina was a standout for its positive portrayal of Latinx culture and the struggles of pursuing one's dreams. The Nick Cannon Show, 2002 to 2003. A spin-off from all that, The Nick Cannon Show was a sketch comedy and prank show starring a young Nick Cannon. Each episode had Nick taking over a different aspect of life, like a school or workplace, and putting his comedic spin on things. The show was energetic and quirky, much like its star, and provided a platform for Nick Cannon to showcase his wide range of talents. Romeo, 2003 to 2006. Romeo starred rapper Lil Romeo as a young boy balancing school, friends, and his burgeoning music career, all while dealing with his dad, played by real-life father Master P. The show blended family dynamics with Romeo's musical aspirations, making it a fun and relatable series for young viewers who were fans of Lil Romeo's music. All Grown Up, 2003 to 2008. A spin-off of Rugrats, All Grown Up, followed the original Rugrats characters as preteens and teenagers. The show explored their lives as they dealt with more mature issues like friendship, identity, and the challenges of growing up. It was a nostalgic treat for those who had grown up with the original Rugrats series, offering a new perspective on beloved characters. The rebranding and evolution of SNICK. As the years passed, Nickelodeon sought to evolve the SNICK lineup to keep up with the changing tastes of its audience. In 1999, SNICK was rebranded as the SNICK House, hosted by Nick Cannon. The SNICK House included interactive elements like voting for music videos, giving it a more modern, MTV-inspired feel. However, this shift marked the beginning of SNICK's decline. The block's original charm lay in its carefully curated mix of shows that resonated deeply with its audience. The SNICK House, while innovative, couldn't recapture the magic of the original block. In the early 2000s, Nickelodeon continued to experiment with SNICK, but the rise of new competitors like the Disney Channel and Cartoon Network, along with changing viewing habits, made it increasingly difficult to retain the same level of viewership. The Saturday night block eventually phased out, with SNICK's final iteration airing in 2004 before being replaced by the Teen Nick block, which focused on more teen-centric programming. The downfall and end of SNICK. The end of SNICK was the result of several factors, including the natural aging out of its original audience, the rise of new entertainment options, and Nickelodeon's shift in programming strategy. By the mid-2000s, the landscape of children's television had changed dramatically. Streaming services and on-demand viewing were beginning to take hold, making the concept of appointment television less relevant. Nickelodeon itself was shifting towards new shows that appealed to a broader and younger audience, leaving SNICK's older demographic behind. While Teen Nick tried to carry on the legacy of SNICK, it never quite achieved the same cultural impact. The focus on more traditional teen dramas and reality shows marked a clear departure from the quirky, innovative spirit that defined SNICK. The legacy and impact of SNICK. Despite its eventual downfall, SNICK left an indelible mark on pop culture. For a generation of kids and teenagers, SNICK was more than just a programming block. It was a communal experience, a time to gather with friends and family and enjoy a few hours of quality entertainment. The shows that aired on SNICK have become nostalgic classics, with many being celebrated through reruns, streaming services, and even reboots. SNICK also paved the way for future programming aimed at older kids and teenagers. It proved that there was a significant audience for content that wasn't just for little kids, but wasn't quite ready for adult dramas either. SNICK's blend of comedy, mystery, and creativity influenced countless shows that followed, both on Nickelodeon and other networks. In many ways, SNICK was ahead of its time. The idea of a dedicated time slot for specific age groups, with content that spoke directly to their experiences, was a revolutionary concept in the early 90s. Today, we see this kind of targeted programming across various platforms, but SNICK was one of the pioneers. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive into the legacy of SNICK. It was a special time in television history, and it's clear that its impact is still felt today. If you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more nostalgic content. And as always, keep the nostalgia alive.